This video is on the Coase Theorem, and what the Coase Theorem suggests is that if you can allocate property rights, so you can establish who has the property right, it can help us reach the social optimum in the presence of an externality. The example that the textbook Perloff gives is Theo in his tea shop and Alice, who works on cars in an auto body shop. And the noise that she generates affects Theo's customers in his tea shop. So what we see is that if, in the absence of the establishment of a property right, it's as if nothing's going to deter Alice from producing her maximum output, maximizing her profits, and this is going to be the output, the outcome for society. It's going to be $400. That's going to be your total profit. Theo's not making any profit. Alice is maximizing her profit. It's too much noise for Theo's customers. So this is going to be your outcome. Is that the social best outcome? No. $500 would actually maximize joint profits with a restricted output of cars of only one. But they're not going to reach that unless you have this establishment of the property rights and negotiation. This is what Coase suggests. So if we were to allocate, say we gave the property right to Theo, so he has the right to operate his tea house in peace and quiet. He's obviously going to choose this equilibrium here, where he's making $400 an hour. Alice makes no noise, but no profit associated with that because she works on no cars. So total societal profit is $400. Again, it's not the social optimum. But what can happen is we could have negotiation. So if Alice goes along to Theo and says, you know what, if I give you at least, she'd have to offer him a minimum of $200, because by putting up with Alice making one car, his profit is going to fall to $200. So he'd have to get at least $200 to make him as well off as he would be with Alice not operating. So something greater than $200, but it'll have to be less than $300, because that's the total profit that she'd make if she was able to work on one car. So she obviously, any production is going to be better than earning zero, moving towards there. So we see the price will lie between $200 and $300 if they negotiate, but they'll be better off, both of them. Joint profits are higher, and together societal profits and outcome is better. So that's what would happen if Theo had the property right to silence. What happens if Alice was given the property right? She'd obviously maximize her profit, work on as many cars as she could per hour. Her profit would be maximized there. Theo, too much noise, no customers, and your societal outcome would be here. Again, not the social optimum, so it would pay them to negotiate. So you can see, well, what would Theo be prepared to offer? Well, up to $200, because that's going to be his profit if he allows her or asks her to restrict her output to one car an hour. His profit there would be $200. So that'd be the cap, the maximum that Theo's prepared to pay. Alice is going to have to accept at least $100 for her to move to this equilibrium where she only earns $300. She'll want at least $100, something probably greater than that, to accept that. So your price is going to lie then between $100 and $200. But again, you'll reach the social optimum. So that's what would happen if Alice had the property right. But we see that under Coase, that both parties are better off when the property right is established. We get to that social optimum. The problem with the Coase theorem is that it's not always easy to get parties together to negotiate, particularly if there are a number of parties involved. Like there may be a lot of parties or people affected by pollution, for instance, in an area. There are some problems with the Coase theorem. You should have a look at those. And the other thing is, who gets the property right will obviously affect who benefits more, what their share of the profits are going to be.